We find that there is about 1,000 years missing, which is an amnesia. There is a big jump from the Greek and Roman on the one side to what we call the European Renaissance, and there's more than 1,000 years. Sometimes it's called the Dark Ages, sometimes it's called the Medieval Age. It was a confusion. Those great people like Copernicus and great scientists who had adopted ideas that may have been found to be conflicting with the Church, they didn't want to be seen as having read Arabic and transferred some of their knowledge acquired their knowledge from Arabic sources. Although when they wanted to know about the Greeks and what the Greeks have done, they had to learn Arabic because there was nothing left in the Greeks. If you want to find out anything what Galen has said or Ptolemy, you can't find Greek manuscripts. So the historians had to read Arabic first, because the Arabs at the time have translated the Greeks' work and preserved it. Many people, when they look at the modern numerals, we call them Arabic numerals, the 1, 2, 3, 4, which we write from left to right. But when we do calculations, any mathematical calculations and sums, what do? We start from the right to left, which is the Arabic way. It was called Arabic numerals. They abandoned the Latin numerals because you couldn't possibly do any sums, you couldn't do any equations. If Europe stayed with Latin numerals, it would have not had any advances in any industry. So the Arabs at the time, they used to call it Indian numerals. The Arabs were honest people. The Muslim scholars never deny any nation, any culture, their contribution. They were always very meticulous and very careful about recognizing their sources and references. They also have managed to modify the use of zero. Now, zero was known by the Babylonians. The Indians knew the zero and so on. But to use the zero as a decimal was a Muslim. Unfortunately, this gap in knowledge, it was deliberate. People did not want to have their own children and their own nation to know about what the Muslims have done and so on. And they just wanted to concentrate on European superiority. When Isaac Newton said a fantastic sentence, and this sentence is on the £2 coin at the edge of every £2 coin we have in the UK. It says, "We stand on the shoulders of others." He was standing on the shoulders of giants. So if one really dig deep and find out who before Isaac Newton, you will not go very far before you discover the great Muslim giants. Of course, Isaac Newton worked a lot on light and reflection and so on. Of course, he must have referred to Ibn al-Haytham. 1,000 years ago, this man has revolutionized the way people used to think, the way they see. And he developed experiments to prove that. And his famous experiment is the camera, which we call camera today, and that means the dark room. He's in a dark room, he puts a small little pinhole on one side, and the light goes through this pinhole, and the picture outside that dark room, the camera, comes out opposite, inverted picture of the outside.